Okay, so I've had a delivery of a bunch of stuff, all from China, from various suppliers, eBay, Banggood, AliExpress, all that sort of stuff. I went on a bit of a ordering and purchasing escapade because, well, let's just put it this way: when it comes down to electronics and stuff, I don't really know wholly what I'm doing. So I basically just sort of trawl through the sites and pick things that sort of look like kind of what I want, and then it normally turns out that I don't need them. But nonetheless, I'll show you what has arrived. Some stuff has arrived from China, there's some other stuff I've put together from other places, and there's some other bits. So, what can I show you first? Okay, brilliant, yeah. So first, I'm going to open this up. This is everyone knows about the Arduino. This is a Chinese copy of the Arduino Nano. I've had this one out, I've tested it, it does work. These are great. I actually ordered a couple of these because in my previous times I've played with an Arduino once or twice before, and I have actually completely toasted them. Let the smoke out of the little mega chip there. So I ordered up two. Oddly, they were both the same price. They both came from the same supplier. They were both ordered at the same time. But one came with the headers unsoldered, and the other one came with the headers on. Also, this one came in a bigger package with the stuff on it, and it said it should not be handled by unauthorised personnel. So I won't handle that one then. I also ordered this. Can't see what that is. Move these out of the way. This is apparently a sound chip for Arduino. Again, it was only a couple of quid, so I picked it up. Oh wow, really well packaged. Well, that's it. It's only a couple of pounds. It's got some header pins attached to it, some components on the bottom there. So some people are saying, oh, I know what that is. No, I don't really know what I'm doing. I just sort of worked out. It's called a DF Player Mini. Looks like it's got an SD card port on the top of it. So looks like I have to be learning that part of the Arduino section. The other thing I ordered, which turns out I didn't need, but it's worth having, is this. Let me get into this one. This is a deck of 4 solid state relays for switching. They are actually a bit more powerful than I needed by quite a way. These are for switching sort of like 240 volt circuits. The reason I bought these was previously I'd used an Arduino Uno to try and drive some motors and stuff for another project I was working on, and I was messing around with H bridges and a few other bits. I really didn't know what I was doing, and I just ended up absolutely toasting the Arduino. So I thought, don't know what I'm doing, put a relay in the way, should stop it. But turns out, after you'll see in a minute, I bought some other bits that now it turns out I don't need, but I'll show them to you anyway. So yeah, I bought that. That's kind of cool, but I don't need it right now. It's got some nice little separation marks. I must have done that with a CNC router or something on it. So yeah, maybe we'll do something with that later. I've got, I can switch 4 240 volt things, so maybe I could make something with that. They also did these in like 1s and like huge, like 10s, massive ones with loads of them on there, so you could switch all kinds of stuff. Oh, I think I know what I'm going to do with these. I think these might have to be Christmas lights. That's an idea. Christmas lights. So what else did I get? I got... So what I did order, I'll put this video in here. I bought a electric cigarette because I wanted to put a smoke machine inside of it, and I sort of searched around. I couldn't find a smoke machine. I looked at some that went in model trains, and I looked at some that were like smoke in a can. The smoke in a can was too big. Like the actual cans were physically too big to fit inside the space I've got. And the model train ones, as much as they were fine, they didn't really like to be moved around too much, or turned around, or turned upside down, or anyway, they were very sort of like a flat, level, plain thing. So the idea struck me that I should use an electric cigarette. So I went on to eBay and bought the first electric cigarette that came up that was cheap. So I've included the video there of me tearing it down. And I also ordered a few bits from my local, or went and bought some local bits from my local fish tank shop. So here's the nozzly smoke generator-y bit. And what I've done is I've put in line a couple of inline one-way valves. And the idea is I'll be able to use this syringe to sort of pump in and out, and that should suck through the smoke generator-y bit and blow it out through the tube. Because I want a smoke machine so that during daylight and brighter lighting areas you can see the lasers. So speaking of lasers, well, before I get onto that, so to make this move in and out, I was going to use a motor and a H-bridge, and I also again went a bit crazy and ordered a big bag of gears and the like. So this is quite cool. They've got loads of gears and racks and pinions and sort of. This is really cheap actually. I don't need it, but I'm kind of glad that I bought it because I can use these for other projects and stuff. There's some really cool bits in there. It's just sort of a random bag of little gears. There's some worm gears here. There's some like offset gears here. Yeah, that's really cool. It was only like £1 or something, so I'm quite happy I bought that. So that was my intention, but after talking with some people that sort of know, more than me and know better than me, I made a decision as to running off of a servo motor. So instead of trying to build a whole mechanism that automatically reverses and goes forwards and pushes the piston in and out, thought I might go with a servo. So I ordered up the first cheapest servo I could see on eBay, and it arrived, and I think it is probably a little bit too small, but it was only a couple of quid. It's very, very small, this one. So we'll see if that has enough power. I've got to build like a test bed and test rig to see. I might end up making because this syringe is a bit crap. I might end up putting a smaller syringe on it and having it pump backwards and forwards faster. Anyway. So yeah, in essence, that is all to drive smoke in front of a nozzle containing a laser. So I ordered some lasers. Again, don't know much about electronics, so I ordered two. I started by ordering one, and that one I ordered, again, I spoke to someone who knows a little bit more about it. I'm going to stop rustling this bag. Get that out. Put that back down. Stop that rustling. I spoke to someone who knows a bit more about this sort of stuff than me, and they said that laser would be dangerous, too powerful, blah 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 blah. So in the end I bought this one, which is a little laser module, runs on about 3.5 volts. It puts out a beam of probably about, I don't know, 4mm in diameter. It's pretty visible, it's pretty good. Again, only a couple of quid. This stuff is so cheap now. It used to be really crazy money, but now these are nothing. So that is the one I was recommended to buy. But the other one turned up as well. The other one, after now testing it, I think I'm going to use it. And also the other one is just a tad bigger. Yeah, this puts out a beam about 15mm in diameter. And if you... I'll try and get some shots if I can of it being on. But if you turn it on, it puts out quite a beam. But it's a class 3B, which means it's not as dangerous as we thought it was. It's also got an inline regulator, which is good because, again, I'll state, I know nothing about electronics, or at least I know very little about electronics. So this will stop me from completely and utterly toasting it. So yeah, in essence, what will happen is I'll be using the electric cigarette device to pump a smoke in front of this. I'm going to have to build some kind of like smoke projector, so it projects around the beam. so that you can see it, and it will also give me smoke effects, and that's great. I also picked up this little tiny speaker. It came out of an old radio. I don't know if it works or not yet, but it fits the size. I probably won't use it. I might not. I might just use it for testing. So there's that. So let me clear this stuff out of the way, and I'll show you what else I got. The other thing I got, I'm not going to use probably in this project, but I do quite like, and they're these. These are little moulds of nuts on threads in various connotations. There's a wing nut one here, and where's the other one? These ones, a couple little, just little bolt heads, and they're really great. You can sort of cut them off, clean them up, and glue them down onto things to give it, you know, if you're making a sheet and you want it to look like it's been screwed or bolted on, but you don't want to actually bolt it on, you can just glue these on, and they're really cool. They're made by Size Starborn Works. These are some of his seconds he's passed on to me because I need something to practice on, because I've ordered up something called Rub and Buff, which is, how can I put it, it's like a waxy sort of paint that you can use to make things look metallic, and I thought I'd have a go on some of these. So they're not for this project, but they're really cool and I wanted to show them to you. So yeah, I don't know if they're in his shop as of now, but if they are or aren't, I'll tell you what, I'll put a link somewhere, somehow, to pass it on to you. But yeah, they're really cool. Really great way if you want to just sort of, like, you know, make something and you want to make it look like it's been bolted down. You can put some bolts through there, or you can put them round and you've got the nice wing nuts. And once they're painted up and glued down and finished nicely, they look absolutely excellent. I've seen them on a couple of other things and they look great. What else did I get? Oh, and I got a free USB cable. And there's some safety instructions here. Let me read them out to you. This product is an alternative to smock, a traditional tobacco-based cigarette. It is not used as a form of nicotine replacement therapy and is not intended for the use as or smoking device. This product is not to be used by persons less than 18 years of age. Persons who have demonstrated sensitivity, diminished mental capacity, or nicotine, women who are pregnant or breastfeeding, or persons with a heart condition. So luckily I'm none of those. I don't think I have a diminished mental capacity, but we'll go with it.